Warp Pipe Wednesday.
All right, Jay, we're back. I want to know the update. How is your fitness going?
188 pounds. Last I checked. Been going to the gym. Went and did legs tonight. Did squats. So the diet isn't going as smoothly as I want it to go, and the main reason is because working at a church, there's always freaking food around. And they're like always feeding kids. So there's like chips and Oreos. And I'm like walking by these rooms and I know this stuff's in here. And I'm like, don't eat it, don't eat it. And then I eat it anyway. Those things, my son got those. So I tried 2 today.
I got the Space Dunk Oreos that have Pop Rocks in them.
I'm telling you right now, Russ, it is all I can do not to go downstairs and eat like 10 of those.
Yeah, they're pretty good. My wife enjoyed them too.
They have like a cotton candy kind of flavor to them.
I can't taste. I feel like it tastes like a regular Oreo to me.
To me, there's a little something there.
I did go, if we're talking on fitness, I went to the doctor today and had my physical to get all checked out. So I think, I can't remember the exact number, but I think I'm like 188 as well.
Okay.
I'm just happy. I'm like, okay, I'm under 200 pounds. I don't want to get there. So it's like, I gotta pick up a routine. I haven't searched for anything to do some type of workout. And they did my EKG. My blood pressure was a little bit high. I think it was like 130 over 80.
Okay.
Perfect. It's supposed to be 120.
Yep.
So I was like, maybe I can just get some low maintenance workout, like you said. Like,
did they take blood?
Yes, and then I had to give blood for 3
So are they going to
tubes.
tell you what your cholesterol and stuff is?
Yeah, I'm sure once that comes back. And I had to do a what the heck was it called? Can't remember the test.
Prostate exam?
No. They put liquid on me and checked my liver with like a thing, like, I don't know, ultrasound.
Did you feel the warmth
with women
of the liquid?
Yeah, it was warmed up.
Did it feel like you peed your pants?
No. Oh, was that like the stuff you drink?
No, I took I had like was it an EKG? There's a mass in my neck, and they found it 2 years ago. I actually need to go get it checked out again, but it hasn't changed shape since the last time I looked at it. So, but they put this liquid in you, and the lady says it's going to make you feel like you peed your pants. So then I got all freaked out because I didn't know what to expect. And also, I don't like being hyper aware of what's going on inside of my body because I was that kid in science class when the teacher's talking about like red blood cells and white blood cells that I felt like I was about to like pass out in my chair. So I'm in this big thing with this fluid being pumped through my body, and I can literally feel when my heart is pumping it because it's like it like rushes,
and
it's like this,
you can feel the warmth or
really weird. So then I'm like, I'm self-aware of like my heart pumping blood through my body. I'm aware of where this dye is in my body as it moves through because I can feel it. I do feel like this warm sensation, but I realize, I'm like, okay, it didn't feel like I peed. Maybe women have that problem more than, I don't know. It was just all really interesting and awkward, and I was ready for it to be over immediately.
I will say, with the prostate exam, they just do it through blood work now. They said they don't have to
put their finger up your butt anymore.
So I was like, hey, how about that?
When I did it, because
Retro gamers, it's coming up.
It's Middle-aged Mutant Ninja Turtles. Anyway, when I was in my early 20s, I was urinating a ton, and because I just think I'm a frequent urinator. But I went to have that done because I had seen on Family Guy that it was like a symptom of like prostate cancer or whatever it was, and it was this large African American gentleman, and so yeah, that happened to me.
So
he had sausage fingers,
like a fist.
I'm pretty sure his last name was Sausage Fingers McGee, and so yeah, so I got violated, Russ.
Well, at least it was in a closed room by a professional.
Yeah. So now the thumbnail can be the enema of the state nurse with her blue glove and me going prostate exam.
There
you never know what you're gonna get on the week Wednesday. What is it? Oh my God,
Warp Pipe Wednesday.
I don't even know the name of my own show.
We're off the cuff here going in. Um,
That's right. That's
on
what she
a
said.
lighter note, so last week I traveled to the city to go see MXPX
Yes.
and the Ataris.
Who was better?
MXPX,
I knew
definitely.
you were gonna say that regardless of what the truth is.
But I'll break down the
The
details for
Ataris are
you
better.
guys. Um, I was a little worried when I was at work because I was like, "Oh, let me make sure I have the tickets," because nowadays it's like everything's digital, right? And I'm going
Mhm.
through my emails, and I usually have a folder that I move the tickets to, and it wasn't in there, and I was like, "Oh my god, where are the tickets?" And I'm trying to search like MXPX, but I'm subscribed to their newsletter, so I have like thousands of emails through that. I'm like, "That isn't working." So I was freaking out because I'm like, "The show's almost sold out. What am I gonna do?" So I went on the website of the venue and went purchase tickets. And then it came up and it said, "We use this company like AXS to purchase tickets." So I searched that in my
Yeah,
mailbox and then it came up. And like you would think the subject would be like MXPX tickets, but it
right.
wasn't. It was like guest services show or like something weird.
Interesting.
But I had selected will call. So when I got there, I would just show my ID and get the ticket. So I was like, okay, crisis
Russ,
averted.
question, do you have an iPhone?
Yes.
So it wasn't through, like, Ticketmaster or, like, Live Nation that you did that?
No, so the when I bought Avril Lavigne and Simple Plan tickets, that was through Live Nation, and I think it just goes into my Apple Wallet.
Yes, because I was gonna say, if you go to the Wallet app, yeah, you can just, see, like, you can go there and you can see that I will be attending Blink 182 July 29th, 2024.
Nice.
Let me
Yeah,
find it.
so we ended up I got out of work at 2:30 and we got on a 3:30 train to New York. So we got there about 5:30. It was like a 2-hour, drive, and then we had to take the subway, which I haven't taken in forever. So my wife was kinda like, "All right, this we have to go up this, da, da, da," and we asked the guy, we're like, "Which one are we supposed to go?" And he's like, "Yeah, just down the stairs in literally one stop." He's like, "And then you'll get off." So I was like, "Oh, perfect. Super easy." And we ended up stopping at, Joe's Pizza. There's a few different Joes in New York,
You didn't
but
go to
it
Sparrows? Like Michael Scott?
I would only go to the Sbarro's that was across the street from, TRL.
There you go.
Yeah, we went to Joe's. It was in Spider-Man 2, I think. The Amazing or just Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. He was, like, the delivery guy for Joe's Pizza, so they're all like, "We were in Spider-Man, check it out."
Right.
So we got 2 slices of pizza. I got a plain, and then I got one with mushrooms, onions, and pepperoni.
Nice.
So that was a pretty good one. And then it was literally a block, to the concert hall at the place called Webster Hall, I believe it was called. And what's kinda interesting is you go in and the first floor is, like, the bar area, and then they had the merch booth set up,
Right.
and then the concert's on the 2nd floor.
Interesting.
And I'm like, "They can fit all these people on the 2nd floor without it, like, collapsing?" Like,
Right.
we're, like, moving and jumping and stuff. You could feel the floor kinda move a little bit, but
Oh,
I think that's on purpose, right? So it doesn't if it's stiff, maybe then it'll end up maybe you want that movement.
whatever helps you sleep at night, Russ. You almost killed everybody below you.
So, uh, doors open at 6, show was at 7. We got there, I don't know, 6:30, 6:40. Wasn't a whole lot. We actually got, like, 2nd row, like, it was all standing room. So
Okay,
we
so
got,
you
like
kinda just crowd in.
yeah, and there was no other bands. Ataris opened up, so Chris Rowe came out,
Does he
and
have any of his other members, or is he like it's just Chris Rowe and whatever band of people he can get to play
not
instruments?
original, but I think he said he had someone from the, So Long Astoria lineup.
Oh, cool. I wonder who that was.
I think it was the guitarist, he said,
Okay.
and then the bass player was from another band, like, helping out, and what helped out is I'm pretty sure they just used all of MXPX's stuff because they had the MXPX kit with, like, the, um,
The little skull
Polka
kid.
Notcha, yeah, kit on there. So they just changed out symbols between the bands, but he went on and, they opened with, My Diary.
Okay, that's a good
Here
one.
in this diary, I write you visions of my summer.
It's the best
Best
I
I
ever
ever had.
had.
So they played great, it sounded good. What was very interesting was he had a bunch of, like, guitar effect pedals, and he would, like you would hear the beginning of the song on, like, a loop, and he'd be,
Okay.
like, tuning. I could see him tuning, but I would hear the guitar playing, and I'm like, "The other guitarist isn't playing, so, like, what's happening?" So he must have some, like, loop pedal or something that he starts it, and then he, like, tunes up and stuff. And he
Interesting.
even said on stage that I guess they never got to rehearse, like, with the guys. They were just like, "Learn the song," so this show was the first show for the tour.
Oh,
So they're
wow.
like, "We hope it works."
Dang.
But, yeah, they played, I don't know, maybe 6, 7 songs.
That was it? Wow.
It wasn't a whole lot. They played, Here in This Diary, they did, obviously, Boys of Summer, San Dimas High School
Football
football,
rules, yeah.
um, Your Boyfriend Sucks, trying to think what other one stood out. What was the one on Historia with, like, the kid writing a letter?
Oh, the one is like, um, oh my god. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like he's writing a letter to his daughter.
I think so. So he played one of those. It was like an emotional one.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I love that song actually.
And it was good. It was pretty good. And then they finished up, and then MXPX came out, and they just like blew it away, like rocking out. Lights were great. They had a big banner. Mike was like all over the stage, running around, jumping. First song in, they played, and then he did a bass toss. So they exchanged basses. So he gets to the side, and then his guitar tech throws the bass across
Wow.
stage, and it's like, and he grabs it and finishes the song.
Wow. That's crazy.
So a lot of high energy. And I was up there just singing like much as I could.
Yeah.
And they ended up was towards the end of this show, some kid was like holding a sign that said, "Hey, it's my birthday. Can I play Chick Magnet?" And he was wishing happy birthday to a bunch of other kids. And he was like, "I'll get to you later." Cause I think he read the sign and knew Chick Magnet wasn't on the set list just yet.
Right.
But when it came up, he actually brought the kid on stage. His name is Jude. Um, Actually, I should be able to. Someone posted a video of the show, so I could kind of bring it up if you guys are watching here on YouTube and kind of want to check it out. But he went up there and dude, he killed it. He was like so good at like stage presence and just rocking out with the band. But you could kind of see me on the stage. I'm like kind of in this area over here, I would say.
You're where?
Kind of right where the Mohawk guy is filming.
Okay.
I'm kinda over here. I gotta see where's the bass toss, let's see. He has the orange bass.
My 2 favorite albums from MXPX were Slowly Roaming the Way of the Buffalo,
Yeah,
and then, the one where Mark Hoppus sings that little that little part.
there we go. Phew. Did you catch it?
Yeah,
It's freaking wild.
that was cool.
Um, yeah, so then let's see if I can find when they bring Jude out. It was towards the end, and I was like, "Yo, this kid was so good." And we met him after the show, we were chatting with the kid, and we're like,
Did
"Dude, so awesome, you got
did
up on
anybody
there."
record the Ataris?
I'll have to look. Like this just came up because it was I watched MXPX stuff, so it was in like a suggested
I'm gonna Google it
video.
right now because I would love to see even
I mean, I took short videos of the Ataris, but I didn't want to like film a whole song or whatever. I was like, let me enjoy the concert while I'm there. Guess I can't find it through scrubbing. But I will say I'll just I'll have it play if you guys are
Yeah,
watching.
yeah,
You
there it
can kind of
is.
see.
The Ataris Webster Hall.
Um so after the show ended, they said you can meet the band, and we ended up waiting in line for the merch booth, and I got a t-shirt that was pretty sick. It has it's basically the poster. It's the MXPX guy outside the Webster Hall with like a pizza slice.
Nice.
See, I could bring up
A real New York slice.
a real New York slice here. So this is what the T-shirt looks like,
Oh, that's
and he
sick.
and he's like coming out of the sewer, almost Ninja Turtle style.
Yeah, yeah. I love
So
it.
they had the poster with the same image, except it says with the Ataris under it. And so we waited in line for like an hour to end up meeting the band, and they were waiting so long it was just kind of like go go go.
Mhm.
So we finally got up there, and so I had made a jacket prior to going. I got a jacket at Savers for like $12,
Nice.
and then I got some patches from MXPX
Oh, I feel like I remember seeing a video about this.
that I had, like, put on the jacket. See if it will focus on there, but it's got that moon
Yeah, that's
circle
dude,
guy
that's a
there.
really sick jacket.
Yeah, and it turned out
Dude, that jacket's really cool. I can't believe you got that for 12 bucks. Were they, like, all about it?
okay, so this is where I accidentally muted my microphone and talked the rest of the episode, and Jay thought he couldn't hear me, so I'm hopping in now to finish my story. So MXPX was fantastic. I was making my jacket with the cool patches, and we got to meet the band after the show. We stood in line for about an hour. We finally got up there. They're trying to move everyone along quickly, so they had a guy taking photos for you. So when we got close, the guy actually recognized me from me posting like in the Facebook group and Instagram. And he was like, "Oh, I remember your jacket." And me just kind of being out of it, the singer of MXPX, Mike, was like, "Oh, hey, Russ, what's up?" And I didn't even register that. And I just kind of went straight to the drummer, Yuri. I shook his hand. Hey, great job, Yuri. Chris, great job. I got the mic and I was like, "Oh, Mike, I don't know if you remember me. I called into the podcast a few times." And he's like, "Yeah, yeah, I remember you. You do YouTube and this and that." I was like, "Oh, man." And then I said hi to Tom on the end there. And we were able to take a few pictures. So they captured a picture right here, which you saw as the thumbnail. My wife was in there as well, and she bought a poster, so they actually signed the poster as well. So we got to get that framed. It's the same thing as the T-shirt. It's like them outside the club coming out the sewer, like the Poconacha guys coming out the sewer with a pizza slice. So I was super excited to be able to meet them, finally meet them. Listening to Mike's podcast for so long and calling in, I was like, oh, I finally get to say hi. Hey, thanks for being an inspiration to me growing up, listening to music and being in a band. So awesome. So we headed out. We stopped by a grocery store to get some snacks because it was about maybe 11:30. Hopped on a 12:07 train, and we didn't get back to Connecticut till like 2 a.m. So it was a long night. I was super happy. I had the next day off from work. I took Saturday off. I worked Friday, but I was like, I'm gonna not be able to get in at 6 a.m. coming back so late. And we were actually hungry, so we ended up swinging by a McDonald's. And me and my wife were sitting home at 3 a.m. eating some McDonald's and then ready for bed. So first concert of the year. Super excited. Glad it was MXPX, and the Ataris were great as well. They played the next night in Philadelphia, which we probably could have got tickets to and done a full weekend thing, but I'm happy I got to see him at least one time. So maybe I'll see him one more time this year if they kind of come around. They are playing with No Effects out on the West Coast for their last tour, but I doubt I'll make that show, but it's going to be a banger for sure. Sweet guys, appreciate you guys watching. I want to give a shout out to our Patreons. We got Dan and Nicole's Treasures Untold, Joe Sheevy, Trace Livinggood, Samantha Chang, Rodney Torres, Retroholic 16, Austin Mills, and all their other Patreons on the channel. You can support the show over at patreon.com/Russ Lyman. And you could give us a call into the show and leave us a message. That's 949-682-9277. That's 949-682-WARP. You could put it in your phone, save it. So then when you're listening to the podcast, if something sparks your interest, pause it, call, leave us a message. We'll read it. We'll play it on the show here. All right, guys. Appreciate everyone hanging out, listening. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but hey, we got it done. As always, I'm Russ Lyman. Keep your world fun, bit by bit.